What is going on YouTube? Hitting back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. And boy, do we have some pretty crazy news to discuss with you today that I in no way was expecting, and this kind of changes a lot of variables that we have on the channel here. I'm kind of getting a little bit more nervous and weary here, but we have to let this week play out, and specifically what I'm talking about is the S&P 500. As you guys know, this is the first time in a very long time that we closed above the purple band, and we'll go in depth about this a little bit later on in today's video. But just really quick, look at this candle. This is the daily candle, which we finally had closure above the purple. And you can see here every single time in the past, we have never closed a daily candle above here. Now, we can play it more conservative and say, okay, let's wait for the weekly candle to close because there's a chance that this could still fail. But the fact is that because we are hanging out above here, this could very well stem a bullish run to the upside here. And I know this might sound crazy, but I am getting now 50-50 in regards to my bullish and bearish outlook here. And I will be explaining why in depth with you. And it's kind of weird here, and it's definitely good news, and it could be bad news too. We'll figure this out and we'll discuss it with you. You guys will have the early sneak peek, more than people that watch other channels. And I believe that strongly, that I have a better outlook on here because I've been doing this every day for over 5 years. But I'll give you guys my opinions on this all in a second. With that being said, we will also be looking at XRP, which is breaking up, Ethereum, which is consolidating inside here. We are having a bullish cross on the MACD, on its moving average, which is definitely a good sign. Bitcoin as well is kind of flatlined out here. We are overbought and we are due to correct a little bit, but I am starting to get 50-50 in regards to my bullish bearish scenario here. With that being said, guys, today's video is sponsored by yet again CoinLedger. As you guys know, tax season is upon us. We have until, and especially since since last year closed at the end of the year here, we have until April to do our cryptocurrency taxes. I know I have to do them, which means you guys have to do them. Even if you've traded a little bit, you have to do them too, especially if you've cashed out on Coinbase at any point, anything over $600 on Coinbase, and they're reporting you to the IRS, and it's up to you to be responsible to do that. Otherwise, you're going to get audited, and you don't want to do that. So what makes it easier is using CoinLedger. This is what I use. Very simple and easy platform to use. It pretty much makes not only all your trades super simple by connecting to like Coinbase and all the exchanges that you've used, but it makes your accountant's job that much easier and that much more accurate. Now you have proof. So I highly recommend you take advantage of CoinLedger. We will be going in depth about them a little bit later in today's video, so stay tuned for that. With that all being said, smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. Let's dive into today's episode. So first and foremost, guys, as you know, we have been seeing a peak here. We've been watching not only a double top kind of form here as we're retesting major resistances, history repeating itself here, but we're also kind of intertwined right now. We're hitting we're hitting the top, and I don't want you guys to be fooled, and I don't want you to be tricked, and that's why I try to make these videos as early as I can to talk about these major resistances happening. But I am starting to get more bullish than I have in the past. I did not mean to screenshot that, whatever. But I am getting more bullish than I was in the past for a few reasons, for a couple of reasons here. I'm going to talk about the S&P 500 super quickly here. Or actually, no, I'll talk about XRP first, then we'll talk about CoinLedger, and then we'll talk about the S&P and why I think it's going to affect the rest of the cryptocurrencies, my bullish outlook. I know that you guys want to see XRP analysis first. So with that being said, I am bullish on XRP long term. Why? Well, that's because we broke bullish outside a major purple downtrend here. A purple descending triangle here has finally broken the major resistance here. We've broken bullish here, and we are starting to skew to the upside here. So with that being said, now that we're starting to trend higher here, we are nearing or getting close to its moving average, and this is where I believe we are going to be heading to. Now I'm going to delete these resistance or these lines that I've drawn here because it kind of makes things difficult. But as I've said in the past here, really what we were looking at is we were waiting for a confirmation closure. Confirmation closure happened right here at about 38 cents here. The second we closed above this downtrend on the weekly, we bought in officially with only a short-term leverage to the up, or a short-term, trade to the upside here. Not really using leverage because leverage kind of, has a time constraint that you can be trading or leveraging cryptocurrencies. So we're holding on to this long term. And if you did decide to leverage short, a very small leverage at that here, but long term positions here, which means I got a bag of XRP very low here with the expectation that we are going to continue to rally up. And this is truly where I think target will come mid-year. By mid 2023, I am a strong believer we'll come up to here. The fact that we've broken this resistance with so much pressure, the fact is almost inclined that we are going to be moving up to here. This was by no means a surprise. We were expecting this. I have said the second we close weekly candles above major downtrend in purple here, we will be breaking bullish here, and that's what we're doing. So I think week after week, we will slowly but surely, with a few, hiccups along the way, head up to moving average here between a target of 54 and 74 cents. We are due on the weekly to retest moving averages. We are not breaking bullish. We are not overextended. It is just a conservative, small, natural approach to retest moving averages again. So this is necessary that we head right back up to moving averages here, as we've always done. We've broken bearish below moving averages. What do? We came back inside of here. And it's very possible we could see aggressive flares to easily set us up to 80 cents, 85 cents here very quickly. So keep that in mind. I do strongly believe that we are headed up to here. Long term, that's what you guys need to remember here. Short term, not really much to leverage. I'm a little too weary of buying in, but we are seeing a golden cross here, which is a huge sign that we could be heading up, although we are retesting a major, we are nearing overbought. So there is a small chance that we could be heading lower here, but ideally, I do believe we are going to slowly but surely head to the upside here. With that being said, I do want to go in depth about CoinLedger with you though. I want to give a huge shout out to CoinLedger for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research. With that being said, CoinLedger is not your typical run-of-the-mill meme coin. It's actually a cryptocurrency and NFT tax software that's built to save you time and maximize your refund. With tax season right around the corner, you might want to listen up. Now, believe it or not, my accountant who does my cryptocurrency taxes recommended me to use a software like CoinLedger to help track my portfolio. Let me be the first to tell you, manually balancing all your trades is tremendously difficult and takes hours of your time. Trust me, I've tried, been there, done that. With CoinLedger, that process takes only minutes using their software, and your accountant will appreciate you doing this. Some of you might not know, but CoinLedger helps you take advantage of your crypto tax loss harvesting, which lets you claim losses on assets in order to use those losses to offset your capital gains, thereby lowering your tax burden at the end of the year. Also, guys, make sure to ask your accountant, but I'm pretty sure there isn't even a wash sale rule yet on cryptocurrency, which is quite beneficial. The best part is CoinLedger is completely free to use. You can import all your crypto transaction history, view your net capital gains and losses, and even track your portfolio. Payment is only required when you want to download and view your full tax report, and payment is broken down into 4 different tiers depending on the type of trader you are, and all reports are a one-time purchase per tax season. They're even giving away a $300 tax report each week of the tax season, which you can enter down in the description of today's video. Now, in the eyes of the IRS, cryptocurrency is considered to be property, and capital gains and losses need to be reported on a Schedule D and Form 8949 if necessary every year. And if you're trading on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Binance, then you have no choice but to report it. If you don't know, Coinbase reports all your cryptocurrency transactions to the IRS before the start of tax filing season. And as a Coinbase customer, you'll most likely receive a 1099 form if you pay US taxes and earn crypto gains over $600. And it's up to you to prove if those gains were actually losses or if they were actually gains. Now, this is where CoinLedger comes in. They will calculate your crypto taxes in 20 minutes and provide you with the correct instant crypto tax forms. They support all exchanges, NFTs, DeFi, and 10,000 cryptocurrencies. And all it takes is 3 easy steps. First, you connect your exchange to their website and import all your transactions. You'll then preview your report, make sure everything is correct, and lastly, generate your report. It's literally that easy. CoinLedger integrates directly with your favorite platforms to make it easy to import your historical transactions. Whether you're trading, earning interest, or even buying NFTs, you'll be able to import your transactions and calculate your taxes with ease. They're even partnered with the largest tax preparation platform to make it easier than ever to report your crypto gains and losses. Your reports can be directly imported into TurboTax Online, TurboTax Desktop, Tax Act, and many other tax platforms. And even if you aren't from the US, you can still generate your crypto gains, losses, and income reports in your native currency. Then you can use those reports to complete the tax forms for your country. With that being said, CoinLedger is the go-to place when it comes to anything related to crypto taxes. And if you want to check out their website and use their software for free, then make sure to click the link down in the description of today's video. With that being said, shout out to CoinLedger for sponsoring today's episode, and let's get back into today's video. All right, so jumping back into the technical analysis, I want to talk about the S&P 500 and how this is going to greatly impact Bitcoin and Ethereum here. So moving forward, today was Monday. We opened up a bullish green candle here on the weekly charts, but we need to talk about what this could potentially mean for cryptocurrency, for the stock market here. So Since January of 2022, since the start of last year, we've been in a bear market. We've been in a descending fractal here. We've been bearish, falling lower and lower, trickling lower and lower and lower consistently for a very long time here. And ideally, it was almost implied that because every single time we've been creating lower highs, that's something you have to consider. And we discussed that, hey, maybe this is the bottom here, and maybe we're going to start to create new lower levels here as we start to skew higher. It's very possible that this could happen here. So maybe the bottom was already in on these cryptos, and maybe we'll start to head up. And that would be confirmed if we can close this weekly here. It's too early to tell as it was just Monday and today's Tuesday. So it's very possible we could easily reject off the moving averages that we're starting to see here on the weekly right here, and reverse right back down and then fall lower. It's very possible, which is why conservatively, I need to be like 95% sure that this is going to be breaking bullish. And in order to do that, we have to wait for the weekly candle to close. If the weekly candle closes where we currently are, or we decide to head up a little higher here, which would be very shocking. But if it does, notice this would be like the first time in over a year that we've broken the downtrend in purple here. It's been a very strong downtrend, one not to mess with. It's had 4 confirmations of rejection here. And here we are with the 5th retest right now. The fact is we're starting to break above here. So let's let this week play out. If it closes below here, then I'm not surprised, and I would expect to see us slide lower and for us to retest here. If that doesn't happen and we close the weekly Sunday above this, or Friday, if we close Friday above here, just like where we are hanging out here, then I do expect a different reaction. Then honestly, what I would expect to see happen here is maybe something like this. We start to kind of track the top, and I'll show you why this is not something that's unsurprising. First off, you can see this could be the start to a lower high or a higher low formation here, as we're starting to see this is one low, this is the next low. We could then form another and continue this pattern of higher lows that form here, since this could be the bottom point, which is very exciting here. If we can confirm breaking this downtrend, then we can start to skew up higher. You can see in the past year, we have referenced following the top many of times. It's not unnormal. It's not abstract. It's not taboo that we would follow the top resistance here. We've done it for all of 2013, all of 2014, and into 2015 here. We have definitely scaled the top. It's done this before, and it's lasted a while, and it's very possible that this could happen again. That's why we have to spend a little bit of focus. We could also fall lower. It's very possible, but ideally, this would be creating the higher low movement here. We could maybe see a smaller pullback here, but ideally, more so, the fact that we break this resistance means we're probably going bullish. So we could ping the top, fall back down, and then kind of continue like this and scale up. It's very possible we could see movements like this. I mean, it's possible we could break lower. I don't want this to happen, but that's a possibility too. But ideally, breaking out of this is a system for maybe a bullish outcome to happen here. And that's something that I need to focus on, and you guys should focus on too. So think about that. Let me know in the comments what you think. Being that we're breaking out of this pattern here, this could be a sign for potentially swinging to the upside here. Very possible, especially since maybe the markets have finally already worked in and factored in that we are seeing a few more rate hikes, and then that's it. Then we're going to be peaking and capping off, and the start of this year will be bullish, and we can potentially start to see swings to the upside. Keep in mind, guys, that maybe we pull back down to here, which would be another higher low, and then we, continue this pattern here. This is December 2023. This is the end of the year. So we'd be out of this, and then strongly, I believe the start of the next year, we'd be even more bullish than where we are right here. So this is why conservatively, playing this conservative, if we break this and close the weekly here, I will be putting money in with expectations that we are going to be heading up higher. Sure, maybe we'll see a small dip first into March, but then we'll be heading up higher here, and that's very exciting to me. With that being said, these other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum and XRP, mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum, should be following suit. Maybe they'll see a small correction. Maybe S&P closes the weekly here. We see a small correction down, and then we head up, which is totally fine, as this will continue to create its higher low pattern here. But it will be geared towards heading higher. So maybe we see the Bitcoin come back down to bottom support here this time, and then we head up, as we're going to see a bullish golden cross right here. Or Ethereum pulls back down a little bit lower, right, to maybe 1,500, and then we head up even higher. Maybe we've branched out, we found a bottom, and then we head up. lowering ourselves back to maybe 50 on the RSI, then we break up. Totally plausible, especially with these golden crosses forming here. So I am excited, but I want to give it this week in the S&P 500 before I dive in and put money into the S&P 500. But this could be a start that 2023 will indefinitely end the year higher than where we started it. So keep that in mind here. This is definitely an exciting new trend and a new outlook on life. 50-50. We started at 80% bearish to we went to 70. Now we're at to 50% bearish here and 50% bullish here. So definitely some signs. With that being said, huge shout out to CoinLedger for sponsoring today's episode. Make sure to check them out. Link in the description below. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.